Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Mr. Dorsey, and I'd like to introduce Chase Hogan. He is a senior culinary student here at Grant Career Center, and he has been selected as this month's Faces of Grant. Hey, Chase, why don't you give us a little background? Where's your home school? Where are you from?
I'm from New Richmond High School, and yeah, I'm from New Richmond, and I've gone there since like third grade.
Wow, so you've been a lifer.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
much.
well, hey, let's talk a little bit about your first time hearing about Grant when you first came to Grant.
I first heard about Grant when I was in middle school, and they did the middle school tours type thing, and they came into our classroom and they started talking about the different programs. And during that time, I started to fall in love with cooking, and my passion for the culinary arts had just grown since seventh grade, and I heard about the opportunities here at Grant. So since then, I mean, I've always pictured myself being here in this position.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, especially like getting set at such a young age to think, oh, I want to be a cook.
Yeah.
Um, so in that development, did you come to any of the like summer programs that we had or summer camp?
So unfortunately, I didn't hear anything about that until I got the opportunity to work in some of them here at Grant as a student. I got to participate in school events here with Cash, our chef, and I got to volunteer and help with her, and it makes me wish that I had heard that sooner so I could have been a part of it, but I hadn't ever thought of that as an option, and but I'm glad that I got to go on the backside of it and help volunteer and kind of get an experience a little bit.
Awesome. Well, let's just talk about a little bit about your experience here at Grant. So let's talk about once you got here. What did you think about Chef Cash and the culinary program?
Once when I got here, the culinary program as a junior, you start in the mornings, and it it's kind of difficult because you're so groggy in the mornings, but once when you start to get into that daily routine of every day, getting your uniform on and starting to cook and do all of your bell routines and things like that, it just gets into this habit of hard work and just determination and grit that I've never experienced anywhere else before. And so waking up in the morning and going to Grant I was looking forward to it. I was happy to go to school for once in a long time.
Let's talk a little about that happiness for once. So, not that you had to be unhappy at your old school, but um, expand upon that. Tell us a little bit about the differences between here and New Richmond.
So one of the main differences I can pick up on is that the teachers here give us a sense of stability and give us a sense of respect and don't, treat us like we're students. They treat us like we're adults. And it I mean, there was no other school that I've ever been to that has treated us like that. They gave us the resources that we were allowed to use, and I've been fortunate enough to use those resources that normal high schools wouldn't be allowed to, and it's really brought my eyes open. It's brought my attention to a whole new way of learning, and it's just something that I couldn't ever imagine going to any other school. It's really incredible.
That's awesome. So how about your mom? Like when you were kind of thinking about coming here, was she on board or was she? What was her
Yeah,
feelings?
mom and dad were both very supportive of any decision that I had, as long as it wasn't stupid. Um, yeah, they saw Grant for what it was. They saw it as a opportunity for a student to get certifications coming straight out of high school. They saw it as an opportunity to get a head start. So maybe I would go in straight into the workforce and not even think about college because it's expensive. But it's just a way for me to get a leg up, and that's how they saw it. They didn't see it as a smaller opportunity or anything less than what it actually was, which is I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, so let's just chit chat a little bit about your academic teachers. I mean, do you have any academic teachers that stand out to you that you are so glad that you had?
All of them. There's not a single academic teacher that I've had that I wouldn't ever not want. They're all so great, and again, they're so I mean, it's not even like they're a teacher. They're more like a mentor, and they help me through things. It's not even them telling me what to do. It's them helping me out with what they've asked me to do, and I'm more than happy to do what they asked me to do because it's so easy and everything. The communication is amazing. It's just there's not a single teacher here that I dislike, and that's uncommon for a lot of high schoolers.
Yeah,
I
for
think.
sure. I bet. Um, so you made it here. You have an awesome group of seniors that you get to work with. Let's just talk about like lab life. Like what, like especially last year, you guys had the restaurant open and stuff pre-COVID. So you want to talk about a little bit about the restaurant and some of the skills that you're learning out there?
Yeah, it does kind of suck that COVID hit during this awesome time that I got to spend at Grant, but I wouldn't have asked for anything else because even with this whole COVID situation, we're still learning all of the different types of styles of cooking and all of the different types of techniques for cooking, and it hasn't stopped us from doing what we love, and that is ultimately cooking, baking, hospitality, and it's just so cool to see that we can still do something that we love during this. But before the pandemic, when we did have the restaurant open, we had we learned all about the different styles of presenting food, different types of competitions that we went to for FCCLA, which is our CTSO's organization, which we're paired with. It's just it was a different look on cooking. It was on the more professional side rather than the home style cooking, which I'm so used to, and that really opened my eyes for the entire whole program and the whole industry.
Now joins me Miss Nicolette Cash, Chef Cash from the Culinary Arts and Hospitality program at Grant. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Dorsey. I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, one of your students, Chase Hogan, was selected as this month's Faces of Grant, and I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about Chase and why he is such a good candidate for Faces of Grant.
Yeah, Chase, actually, he is one of my seniors. He is a pretty incredible student. I met Chase first when he was in 7th or 8th grade, coming through with his mom, Shannon. They visited for an open house, and Chase is very excited to learn about culinary and what we had to offer at Grant. So every year I kind of got to see Chase and see him grow a little bit more until he became a student of mine during his junior year. I, at that point, was very impressed with Chase. He is just a super awesome kid as far as like not only having skills and wanting to do better and push himself, learning different skills and techniques, but he is also a really good-hearted human being, is always thinking about others and thinking about the community as well.
Sorry, we're all working from home, so we got dinging and buzzing and all kinds of stuff going on. So I apologize if you guys could hear my computer. But can you talk to us just a little bit about your program? So if somebody's interested in maybe coming to Grant for culinary arts, what they could expect.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a student at Grant Career Center and my culinary arts and hospitality program, students will learn both front of house, which is dining room skills such as bussing, hosting, taking orders, serving guests, setting up for different events. This year, due to COVID, we haven't had any big events, but in a typical year, we usually have about 5 or 6 events where we serve anywhere from 75 to 160 guests, and that's outside of our big community event. And usually we set up the dining room really nice. Each table is set up. So it's like what you would see for a banquet or for a wedding. And the students do all the work in preparing the food. So now kind of transitioning to the back of the house, the students work on different math skills. So they work on conversions, costing, pricing out menus. They prepare all of the food themselves from scratch. I'm kind of there to facilitate, help with guidance, act as the, what do they call it? Like kind of like novice, I guess you could say. But really there to help them hone their skills, both in cooking and baking, knife skills. They learn how to prepare sauces, stock, soups, learn meat cookery, vegetable cookery, grains, just an assortment of things. So, I really like the students to leave kind of knowing a little bit of everything. This way they have an idea of what career they might be interested in after their 2 years at Grant.
Yeah, and they shouldn't let that stop them from exploring your program. I know you have a virtual tour online on our website, and there's a lot of cool stuff on there. And, our student restaurant, although it's not open to the public this year yet, we hope that will still happen. But, they're still whipping up some awesome food for the staff each Friday. So that's kind of still exciting. And I always look forward to getting my meal delivered and seeing what kind of new thing is on the menu, because each week's a little different based on what you're teaching. And that's always exciting to see. Well, hey, go ahead,
It's
Chef.
definitely fun that the menu changes too. That definitely gives the kids a variety of skills and techniques too in the classroom.
Well, before I let you go, why don't you just tell me just a little bit more about Chase, some of his best cooking skills, what he's interested in.
So Chase, he loves to definitely be more on the management side of things. Definitely likes to lead in the classroom. He's done a wonderful job stepping up to the plate when we need service executed. So when we need orders called out, put together, making sure that teachers get their right orders and that they're delivered on time. He is definitely one that helps execute that. He also helps make sure that our lab is kind of orderly, has things where they need to be, and then this way that helps all of our students access the tools and items and ingredients that they need to be successful in preparing their ingredients. I know that last year Chase also participated in culinary team, and I think he had a lot of fun just participating in that, bonding as a team of 4, competing, trying out his skills up in Columbus. It's a good bonding.
Yeah, and that's
activity.
FCCLA, correct, Chef?
Yeah, absolutely. The students get to compete in FCCLA. We usually run regionals in February. State is usually in April, and nationals is in the summer. And kids do not only demonstrated skills like what you would see on TV, kind of where they prepare batters, and then with the magic of television, they have the final dish in front of you. But there's also a lot of research and development type of competitions as well, where kids do a lot of the work with me in-house before they present all of their findings in front of the judges, which can be pretty cool too.
Very awesome. Well, hey, Chef Cash, I appreciate you taking some time out of your morning this morning to talk about this month's Faces of Grant, Chase Hogan. So, hey, have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy the sunshine.
I plan to. Awesome. Hey, let's talk about if are you going out on early placement? Are you looking at that?
I'm currently not on placement. However, I have looked at it for the past year and a half and wanting to be on it just because it's such a interesting option, and it's a great opportunity for students to go out and work in their field of what they want to do and still get paid for it and get the hours that they need and for school and credit. It's a great, again, it's one of those things that I never thought would be possible at a normal high school, and yet here I am at a different styled high school, but still normal, and I never thought I'd be able to have this opportunity, and it's amazing.
Yeah, so it's down the road for you here just a little bit, but you're in process, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm in process of finding a better job for me for placement. So that's my goal right now, is to find a better job for placement. And
our early placement coordinator is working on that with you. So, hey, let's real quick talk about, if there's a sophomore thinking about coming to Grant and has an interest in culinary, what is your advice to them?
Don't hesitate. Even if you think that you might not like it, you can always go and try. Don't hesitate to take that step. don't overthink it either. You have the opportunity, might as well just take it. And if you don't like it, you can always go back to your home school. But there's no doubt in my mind that you won't like it. It's just a great environment for you to be in, and I wouldn't want it any other way for you. So if you at all think about coming to Grant, just go and try it. That's the least that we ask you to do as a student.
Yeah, for sure. Chase, one of the things that I know I've gotten to know you over the last couple of years, in that you have just become such a confident young man, and we couldn't be more proud of you. I just would like to introduce the Grant community to Chase Hogan, this month's Faces of Grant. All right. Hey, Chase, thanks for talking to us. We will catch up with you again later and maybe follow up this spring to find out where you're placed at.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. We'll catch you later.
Hi, I'm Amber Averwater, and I'm a junior in the Large Animal Science program here at Grant Career Center. We have a brand new website that has virtual tours. Check us out at grantcareer.com.